Hello, it's been a while, but I thought I'd come back to review the most recent Carrie movie that's a remake of the original classic by Brian De Palma, which is also based on the Stephen King novel, which I have yet to read. Being a fan of Stephen King, I know that's blasphemous, not reading his earlier works, but don't worry, I'll get to it. The remake of Carrie, the 2013 movie with Chloe Grace Moretz and Julianne Moore, and a bunch of other surprising people, I must admit. This movie was really great, I have to admit. I liked it just as much as the original. Story, characters, script writing, design, everything was just right for this movie. It wasn't over the top, it wasn't flashy or, anything like that. Like design, it didn't look like Twilight, okay? With Twilight, it looked old fashioned, this, and that, and no. With this, it was just right. It was perfect, it looked like a real high school, real kids, real students. It wasn't, didn't look like the kids wore something you couldn't get in the store or make. So I liked that a lot. Chloe was great as Carrie. She was fantastic. Of course, if you've seen the original, it reminds you a little bit of Sissy Spacek, but also she added her own little flares to it. And Julianne Moore as the mother. It is just something you have to see to believe. It's just wow. Yeah, it's just wow. I did like how they. I like that we had a female director for this movie. Nothing against Brian De Palma. Brian De Palma made an awesome movie in the 70s. But I just wanted to say that having a female film director with this one, Kimberly Price, I believe is her name, it was nice having her because, not to be sexist or anything, but having a woman being the film director who understands, how girls are in high school or what they're going through or something similar to that. It's nice to have that so and also, of course, the main character is female also, so they can understand, talk, how to get basically into the character emotions and setting. So it was nice for it to have that. I also liked how they did for lack of a better term, modernize this piece. Wasn't it carries one of those stories that it you can adapt to any time frame. It doesn't have to be only set in 1970. It could be set any time, and you can put in modern references and this and that. You don't have to like I said, set it in one time zone. It could be any time, and it fit very well. I liked how they just kept it in this year. They didn't talk about like other stuff throughout 2000. They just kept it in 2012, 2013 range around there. And they did it very well. It was very believable. It felt like today. It didn't feel like far into the future or past. It felt just right. And excuse me. And let's see. I also liked how the special effects were. Special effects were very shiny. I'm not saying everything was pristine clean or something. It was just, I compared to the original, you can tell it was obvious wire works, but this one it was just, maybe some wire work and CGI and green screen maybe at most, and that was pretty cool. But they didn't go over the top with it, which is also very, very cool, and I respected that because they could have, movies nowadays, they could probably just, all of a sudden Carrie can crumble the earth, but they didn't do that because they understood that Carrie's just discovering these powers. Let's say, for instance, at the beginning of the movie, she's at level 1, and then by the end of the movie, she's probably at level 3 or 5 with her powers at most. So they understood that, and they kept it that way. And also, speaking of not going over the top, they with this movie, most horror films with some story like this, they try and make it as freaky and scary as possible, try and keep human interest. But no, they didn't. They kept it like the original movie, where it had a good pace. They had some slow moments to, tell story and set everything up. They didn't try and rush to the end or just do the creepiest parts throughout the whole movie. No. They kept it going. They kept a nice, steady pace, and I liked that. Because we need to tell a story. We don't want to just show the scares, because then if we just show the scares, the movie's just going to be crap. So, I liked all that. I have to admit, this was, like I said at the beginning, just as good as the original. So if you like the original, you'll like this one. And for people who are just coming into Carrie for the first time, I hope you'll be interested and want to read the book and see the original movie, or just enjoy this one. And hopefully, maybe some people out there will learn a lesson and not pick on the shy person in the corner who's just trying to live every day a normal life like they are. And probably just maybe actually just go up to them and talk to them. Probably be their friend, you know? Don't, you know, because you never know. Somebody might be like, just like this person, might fight back. So, yeah, final score, I guess, out of 5 stars, I give this a 3. It's a great movie. Fantastic. Love it. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.